Welcome back to the channel. I am the Maize Madman. Before we get started, hit the like and subscribe button and that notification bell so you're aware every time I upload a video. In today's video, we're talking Michigan stacked lineup for their official visit weekend, plus one Michigan star running back played with a torn patella tendon, partially torn, and a couple Michigan leans maybe leaning elsewhere. All that, and of course, I'm upset. No disrespect, respectfully, but disrespectfully, it's disrespect. Don't be disrespectful. Those vile, disgusting Spartans, poor little girl, man. And I'ma tell them where I'm at. That vile, disgusting cesspool in Columbus, the other state, and of course, as always, I'm upset. Let's get right into it. I know it's been a long time since you've heard this beautiful, magnificent voice. That is my fault. I promise to be more consistent with the drops. I actually had to attend a tech conference. I know it's not very exciting for most of my listeners, but I'm back now. That's all that matters. Let's get to it. Michigan recently hosted a plethora of recruits for their second official visit weekend of the month. This time it was stacked. Not to say it wasn't stacked last week either, but this week in particular, they had 2 5-stars with 5-star defensive lineman Justin Scott, 5-star wide receiver Ryan Wingo were both on hand for this one, which is very exciting. Of course, Justin Scott, Michigan has been recruiting what seems like forever. He is considered to be a Miami or Notre Dame lean. Hopefully Michigan was able to make a good impression during his visit. His visit in particular, all the news has been tight-lipped, so I don't have very much on that other than it looks like in all the photos provided or that he provided via his social media, he looks extremely happy. So hopefully that's a good sign for Michigan. Otherwise, Ryan Wingo, there may be some exciting news for Michigan fans on Ryan Wingo. Keep it locked to the channel for more updates. Outside of those 2 5-stars, Michigan had 4-star Bryce West, of course, the corner out of Ohio, who is considered to be an Ohio State lean. They had 4-star safety Jordan Johnson-Rubel from IMG Academy by way of Texas. 4-star offensive tackle Bennett Warren, 4-star athlete or safety, as Michigan is recruiting him as, Boo Carter. 4-star edge Elias Rudolph, who I'm not sure if he actually made it, but I think he did. We'll keep you updated on that as well. 4-star wide receiver target Amarion Stewart, who Michigan has also been recruiting for what seems like forever. Defensive line commit Manuel Bagel, and 3-star running back Micah Kaipana, and 3-star defensive lineman David Polipali. So I have some good news. Michigan apparently knocked the recruiting weekend out of the park. For a bunch of these guys, there are some silent commits. I can tell you that right now. In fact, expect those commitments within the next couple of weeks. If I had to guess on who, first of all, I understand one of them is Amarion Stewart. Let's start there. Amarion Stewart, who has been favored to go to Michigan now for the better part of a year, is one of the silent commits. He had a official visit scheduled to Wisconsin, or at least Wisconsin was trying to get an official visit. It doesn't look like that's going to happen. He is scheduled to make his college decision on where he will be attending on the 16th, and I'm pretty sure that that's Michigan. In fact, I'm 99.9% sure that he will be choosing Michigan. Here's one that is interesting, and this is one of the Michigan leans that I was talking about in the beginning of the video that may be leaning elsewhere. 4-star edge Dominic Nichols. Now, he had been a Michigan lean. In fact, he's got a couple Michigan crystal balls. But it seems like Wisconsin and Luke Fickell have swooped in and have, gained his interest. And now, apparently, they lead for 4-star edge Dominic Nichols out of Maryland. I'll keep you posted on that as well. He was supposed to be on his official this weekend. We'll see how it went and if Michigan was able to sway him or if he even showed up. Who knows what happened in terms of that. Now, another one that I am excited about and that I think Michigan may be in good standing with and may be another silent commit is 4-star safety Boo Carter. He's listed as an athlete. However, Michigan is recruiting him at safety to pair with Jacob Oden in the 2024 class. Jacob Oden, of course, and Boo Carter are teammates on their 7-on-7 team. So those two trying to keep the energy the same. There were a lot of photos and videos taken of those two along with Bryce West together and Amarion Stewart. So possibly getting all four of those guys, getting all four of those guys would be amazing for Michigan. We know that, right? The likelihood of Bryce West going to Michigan was at one point earlier in the recruitment. I thought Michigan had as good a chance as anybody. In fact, I would have put Michigan ahead of anybody. Then all of a sudden it looked like the other state was in the lead and that they were going to get that commitment. It still looks that way if I'm being honest, but he did take that official to Michigan. He did hear what the coaches had to say. Hopefully Steve Klingscale in combination with defensive coordinator Jesse Minter and his good friend Jacob Oden may have swayed him. Who knows? All we can do is hope, right? Obviously, Michigan picked up a crystal ball for 4-star offensive tackle Bennett Warren out of Texas, which is another great thing. I was able to hear directly from Blake Frazier, the Michigan commit, and Jake Guarnera. Actually, it was Jake Guarnera, the Michigan commit, hear directly from him that Michigan is having a great weekend. A couple of his fellow commits in the 2024 class, Ben Roebuck and Hamilton, both made their way up for this weekend. It is not their official visit weekend. However, they are commits that wanted to help in any way they could for others officially visiting. So that could only be a great thing. Ryan Wingo, if I had to pick one player this weekend that I would want to commit the most, it would be 5-star wide receiver Ryan Wingo. Of course, Michigan looking to fortify that wide receiver position, and that would go a long way in doing just that. Keep it locked for more updates, as I will update what went on as more information becomes available. Moving on to our next segment. What if I told you a Michigan sure lock? Well, I can't say sure lock, but he was definitely crystal ball to Michigan back in March. He is now the number 1 running back in the country, and that's Taylor Tatum. He is now considered to be a USC lean. He took his official visit to USC last weekend. Apparently, they did an excellent job of recruiting him during that visit. It had been reported before that they were leaning in a different direction. Apparently, that running back chose to go to a different school, so they focused their attention back on Mr. Tatum. And he was receptive, according to the reports coming out of USC. In fact, the USC insider put in a crystal ball for Tatum for USC, and it looks like he is leaning that way now. The good news for Michigan is they still have a chance. He has an official visit set up to Ann Arbor for the 23rd of this month, the last weekend before the dead period. So hopefully Michigan is able to save the work that they put in. Coach Mike Hart has been doing an excellent job recruiting running backs this cycle, and hopefully he can turn this thing around. Before he visits Michigan on the 23rd, he will actually be visiting Oklahoma on the 16th, who I believe was Michigan's toughest competition before USC. Before this USC news, I thought Oklahoma would be the one that Michigan would have to fight off, and it's not to say that they still won't. I'm pretty sure they have an excellent plan for when he does visit. However, it is up to the Wolverines to match the energy of these other schools and even exceed it if they want to get, the best recruits in the country. And this guy is nothing short of amazing. So I do expect them to roll out the blue carpet, if you will, on the 23rd for his official visit. Now, Michigan has been getting some positive motion at running back from others. 3 stars, Darian Dupree and Micah Kaipana, both have Michigan at the top of their list. I'm sure Michigan is telling those guys, though, to hold off until they get further indication from Taylor Tatum, as they would definitely take Taylor Tatum's commitment at any time. So I'll keep you locked on that as well. Of course, the Wolverines would love to get Tatum and pair him with 4-star running back in the 2024 class, Jordan Marshall out of Cincinnati Moeller. That would be ideal, of course, to have such a situation that is much like the one they're going to have this upcoming season with Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards. I can't forget about the guys already on the roster either, as Cole Cabana is on the roster. He is a future star, in my opinion, at Michigan. He's a speedster out of Michigan, out of the state of Michigan, and he is already on the roster. However, you can't not recruit the best guys just because you have talent on the roster either. You never know what's going to happen. In fact, Cole Cabana is actually coming off an injury himself, and he hasn't even played a college football game yet. So there's that. So you always want to try to get the best talent. Michigan star running back Donovan Edwards apparently played part of the season with a torn patella tendon. I don't know if you guys know. That's like in the knee. It's very painful. And he played against the other state, ran wild through that defense with the partially torn patella. So that's amazing. I just want to say that, first of all. And it goes to show just how bad that other state defense was last year. I'm just saying. Can't stop a guy with a broken knee. What can you stop? Anyway, see you guys in November. I'm speaking to the other state fans now. See you guys in November in the big house, where you will try to exorcise some demons and where we will unleash the beast that is Donovan Edwards, along with Blake Corum, along with JJ McCarthy and the rest of the crew. Can't wait to see you guys. Anyway, we have reached that time in the video where I must bid you adieu. Before we go, though, we're going to do something a little different. I know we've been doing our favorite players. We've done our favorite teams that didn't win it. We've done a bunch of things. Now, I want you guys to tell me what player in the Big Ten, what Big Ten player outside of Michigan, so an opponent of Michigan, that you hated to see the most. Who gave you the most? Who made you want to pull your hair out the most because you knew they were going to put up some numbers on Michigan, or maybe stop Michigan from doing what Michigan wanted to do? It could be offense, it could be defense. Let me know who that player is for you. For me, I will go ahead and say it is a player from the other state, unfortunately. Actually, no, I'm going to change that. It's going to be a player from Lobronim, and that's Plaxico Burress. He always seemed to have a decent outing. Plaxico Burress, that is who I'm going to go with. It'd be too easy to go the other way. Anyway, let me know who that player is for you in the comment section. And until next time, stay angry, my friends. I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever.